sketch the graph of y equals -1/2 cosine of 2x minus pi over 2 plus 3. We'll start by finding some key features. We'll do our amplitude. Our amplitude is the absolute value of the number in front, absolute value of -1/2, which is just positive 1/2. We can get the midline. The midline is y equals the number added or subtracted from our function. So I'm adding 3, so it's y equals a positive 3. The period is 2 pi divided by the absolute value of b, which in this case is 2. So that's 2 pi over 2, which is pi. We'll also do our phase shift, or we can also think of that as a starting point for a cycle. Our phase shift is simply the x value that gives us a 0 inside this cosine function. In other words, we can take our 2x minus pi over 2 and set it equal to 0 and then solve for x. So if we add pi over 2, we get 2x equals pi over 2. We divide by 2 and we get x equals pi over 4. So that's our phase shift, is pi over 4, and x equals pi over 4 is where we will start a cycle. All right, and then I like to draw the midline first. My midline is up at y equals 3. So I'm going to go up to, I'll have each of these boxes be 1. So up at 3, we'll have, and let's do this in a different color actually. Our midline is up at 3. Okay, and then our we have our amplitude, which is 1/2, and I like to just draw above and below the midline that amplitude, right? So above 3, I go up 1/2, so it puts me at 3.5, and down 3 is 2.5, and this just gives me the region that I'll actually be drawing my curve. Okay, then we can go to with our phase shift at pi over 4. I'm going to go ahead and let each of these squares be a pi over 2. So this is pi over 2, pi, 3 pi over 2, 2 pi. So pi over 4 is right here in the middle of 0 and pi over 2. And my y coordinate will be, for the cosine, my starting point is at a peak or a dip. Okay, and it depends on the sign in front of this a value. That's a negative, so it's actually going to start at a minimum here. Okay, so I'm going to have a point right there. And I'm going to complete a full cycle in pi from there. Okay, so that's going to be up here at 5 pi over 4. It's going to finish the cycle. And halfway between those two minima, we'll have a maximum. And then we can draw our cosine curve. Okay. And of course this continues forever and ever.